and welcome to my bubble! I am going to talk about my BTS concert experience. I am referencing the Speak Yourself tour in London, Wembley, day 2, because I've been there. Yeah, I got some questions, so I'm gonna answer them within the video, and if you have some more questions, just write me a comment. I'm gonna answer all of them. So let's go! First thing I want to talk about is actually one of the questions, because I got the question on how are you able to get tickets. I didn't. I didn't get any tickets for the first day. The sale for the day 1 concert was like a week before the other one, I guess. And I didn't manage to get tickets because I had checkout issues, as I have loads of times. But this is how I usually do it. I make sure to inform myself where the tickets will be sold and at what time the selling is going to start. And as soon as I found out those informations, I make sure that I have an account already, because it's way too stressful if you don't have a valid account yet. Then to wait for tickets, get in line, create an account, confirm that's way too complicated. Just make sure you have a valid account on the site where they sell tickets. And then before the tickets actually are going on sale, do not refresh the page. Even though it's very tempting, the page is going to be refreshing itself as soon as the selling is open, as soon as the sale has started. It's going to refresh itself, so do not refresh the page, otherwise you're going back to the end of the queue. You have to withstand this temptation and just be patient. Sometimes it takes a few seconds until like the new page appears, but it will appear on its own. Yeah, I think that's the most important tip. Do not freaking refresh your page. And I was talking about like checkout issues. Like that happened to me actually more than once. That's how I lost last year's Got 7 tickets. I typed in all my information, click the next step, but the next step never happened. That's one factor we cannot cancel out, is luck. And sometimes the internet doesn't work, sometimes there is another technical error. Prepare yourself with an account and have it confirmed and ready. Do not refresh the page. Have your credit card or whatever like close to you, so make sure that you have prepared everything you can prepare and what's in your hands, and everything else is just luck. Also, before you're actually like buying the tickets, check the prices and make sure that you know which category you want to aim for. Those tickets sell like hot buns. They go very fast. So sometimes you have to act like very quickly with deciding which category you want to pick and how many tickets you want to actually buy. So just like prepare yourself with that as well. Then obviously for me the next thing is checking the flights, checking where we can stay. I live in Switzerland, and K-pop acts, they do not come to Switzerland. And I know it's very understandable because Switzerland is like tiny. I am already very happy that they come to Europe, because I can travel within Europe. That's manageable. Like traveling to other countries outside of Europe is that's a bit more of a stretch of my budget, but like within Europe it's manageable. Yeah, make sure that you have a place to stay. They upload pictures with numbers and stuff where you can find merch, where you can like set up your light stick, where the entrances are and stuff. So make sure you check that out so you won't get lost when you actually go to the venue. And also please check the weather. If it is going to be very hot, bring some water. If you have to wait for a long time in line in the burning sun, please bring water. Please bring something rainproof if it's going to be rainy. Like, please prepare yourself so you won't get too exhausted or too annoyed when you actually go into the venue, so you still can have a great time. Yeah, that's all the preparations I do, I guess. Yeah, so now let's talk about the actual concert. As I said, I was there on day 2, and I was actually very much surprised because Moji and I, we didn't go there like way early. Like the door opened at 4:30, and we've been there at 3:30, I guess, because we got kind of lost again, or have you had some train troubles? Anyway, we didn't go there like very early. But it was so well organized, like we didn't stay in line for that long. It was quite quick actually, and if I compare it to Berlin, because Berlin was a mess. We had like no idea where we had to go, and I mean that's maybe our fault, probably our fault as well, because we are like just two confused beans. But like Wembley was organized very well in my experience. Experiencing a BTS concert in such a big venue with like 90k or almost 90k armies singing along those songs, it was like breathtaking. Like I literally had goosebumps the whole concert through, I guess. This was like amazing, and we actually met like a lot of very friendly ARMY. And then the concert started with, I can never pronounce this freaking name. The concert started with Dionysus, and it was like, I was just sitting there, I was like, oh my god, what a freaking entrance, because they had like fire and then this music and and the whole scenery on the stage, and it was like, oh my gosh, like kings are here. Like they made a big entrance. The only thing, I was a bit sad that it was still like day, it was like bright, and I feel like it would have even had more of an impact if it was like already dark. But like, that's not BTS's fault, that's not Wembley's fault, that's no one's fault. That was just like, I mean, at this time of the day it's still bright, so what can you do? Nonetheless, the entrance they made was amazing. They have like great energy, and I think that answers one of the questions, like what was most special to me. Most special is their freaking energy. I mean, you can still see it when you're watching fan cams, that they have a lot of energy. But if you can actually be there and feel it, it's amazing. Lots of stage presence. They give this aura of energy, and you can actually feel how much they freaking love it being on stage in front of ARMY. You feel that, and it's like so very much impactful. You just get like blown away. And like, I was also like very happy to see, like, BTS have like amazing choreography, right? But they dialed it down a bit, so they didn't exhaust themselves. And I think that's a very, very healthy choice to make, because like, we know the choreographies, we know the boys can dance. I think they focused more on like singing and performing than dancing, and I think that's a good choice for a live concert. And another thing that was very special to me is like their freaking humor. Suddenly they were talking about Hogwarts, and Jin actually stupefied JK. They were casting spells, and lovelies, I heard the legendary "Shut up, Malfoy" live in person.
Shut up, Malfoy. Shut up. Shut up, Malfoy. Shut up, Malfoy. Shut up.
From real life to real life. Like, I don't know, that was very special to me. Like, it's such a small detail. It's not just their music, it's like their personality as well. That was very special to me, that they were talking about Hogwarts and Harry Potter and casting spells. And obviously, the third very special moment was singing Forever Young. And now, before you attack me, I've seen on Twitter that it was allegedly French ARMY's project to perform or do that for the boys. And I don't know if anything got mixed up or if it was stolen. I don't know. I'm not involved in that conflict. I just had the opportunity to be there when the whole Wembley sang Forever Young to the boys, and as a surprise, those reactions, like this moment where ARMY were singing and the boys were reacting, oh my gosh, I'm tearing up again. It was so freaking beautiful. The whole atmosphere in Wembley was something I have never experienced before. You could just like really feel all the love and all the appreciation and admiration, and it was like every ARMY sang like from the bottom of their heart, expressing every hardship they went through and did overcome with BTS's help. Wow, this atmosphere was like so unreal. So I will be forever thankful that I had the opportunity to experience that. So, moving on, otherwise I'm gonna be a crying mess soon here. I also wanted to talk about is the solos of the members. J-Hope was freaking cute, because at one point like the whole Wembley started to chant his name, and like the smile he got, like I love J-Hope's smile. It's so bright and literally his whole face lit up. That was magical. JK flying around on this barely even there thingy, smiling brightly, singing amazing ad-libs, smiling and waving at every ARMY in the freaking Wembley. So impressed. Like, I would die hanging in the air like that. I would be so scared. And he just like waved it off, smiled and sang beautifully. This was like very cool. I was so impressed. Jimin Serendipity. The beginning, he sang that in Berlin as well. Like this year somehow, he sounded even more like an angel. He was so freaking soft and beautiful. My jaw was like down by my knees. He sounded so freaking great. Juni, I mean, I freaking love Juni's solo song live performed. Like, it is, I don't know, he has like a whole lot of different energies when it's performed live. He manages to get like all the attention in the crowd and bring them together. He's just a freaking star. Like, he has so much stage presence. Yoongi's solo stage. It was a magical moment because the stage looked so freaking beautiful. In the beginning, Yoongi seemed to be so small and vulnerable and so freaking real, and in this moment, I don't know, it was beautiful. Another goosebump moment of the evening was Epiphany. Having like that many people singing along with Jin to Epiphany. Lovelies, I can't even describe this moment. I cried. And I cry every time I rewatch a video. And also Jin's live vocals, they are slaying. Everyone who is still doubting him, if he is a good singer or not, he freaking is. I heard it twice. It was perfect twice. He sounds so freaking amazing live. And he also has like a way to dominate the stage. I mean, he's mesmerizing. He's mesmerizing all the time. And he can bring that on stage as well. And then we have the last solo stage. I think I messed up the order. Anyway, Tae's solo stage. I cannot describe with words how freaking beautiful and mesmerizing this human being is. Gazes and glances and facial expression he managed to bring on stage. It is unreal. Alright, let's move on from the solo stages to another question I got. What song did you like the most? And actually I'm not really able to answer this question because you know me, I can't pick favorites. So I'm just gonna talk about a few stages that are like really important to me. And the first one is Dope. And I'm always very happy when I see them perform Dope, because Dope was the song that got me into BTS. It was the first song I've ever heard of them. It was the first K-pop song, except from Gangnam Style, I ever heard. So it will always have a special place in my heart. So I'm always very excited to see that. Same with Fake Love. I love Fake Love. I thought like the performance of Boy With Love was very cool as well. Epiphany. I love Epiphany because it's just like so powerful when like this many people sing along to especially that song with that meaning. It is very magical. And then we had the Microcosmos stage. I mean, it was after we sang Forever Young to them, so it was like already very emotional within the Wembley. But then having like Microcosmos perform, like it was so freaking beautiful. Again, having that many people sing along, and then Microcosmos is a special song to me anyway already because it's so freaking beautiful. It was like the last song of the concert, and like literally after the stage had ended and the members were gone and the fireworks were over, we just stayed in our seats and like we cried, and like Mochi and I were just there and like totally lost. And then I had like those two very cute French armies next to me. Both were crying, and then we group hugged and cried some more because it was like so freaking touching and emotional. So Microcosmos was one of the most special songs or stages to me. I think my favorite one is Tear, because I am a Tear enthusiast anyway. Wait, let me just quickly dry my tears here. I am a Tear enthusiast anyway. Like, I remember when it first came out, when I first listened to it, I still remember the feeling. I was like blown away. Then I saw it in Berlin live and I was like, oh my gosh, this energy. Now at Wembley with even a bigger stage. And I mean, that's a rap line only song. There are like 3 people on this stage. The energy you feel, starting from Juni with Yoongi and then in the end J-Hope's part, it is so smasher. Tear performed live I think I have to admit is my favorite. The next question I got is like, how beautiful are the members in real life? And if you checked out my Insta stories, I don't know if I can like really answer this question, because in both concerts I was kind of sitting like far away. Like I've never been in the VIP section where you actually like are really close to them. But from what I could see and I could judge, they are freaking beautiful, amazingly beautiful. And I think what makes them even more beautiful is that they have, like, as I said, great stage presence, lots of charms, lots of humors, and you can actually like feel that they are enjoy being there. So I think that makes them even more beautiful and more shining. But they are really handsome. The last question I got was, is there anything you didn't like? And I think the only thing that I didn't like was that it was over at some point. I think that's honestly the only thing I didn't like. Otherwise, I do not have any complaints at all. So yeah, I hope I answered all your questions that I got so far. And as I said before, if you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments. I'm going to answer them. And let me know if you have been to a concert as well and how you experienced it. So thank you so much for watching. I am looking forward to read about your experiences, and I see you soon. Bye!